All right, so we go to the next one. What's the next one, Mr. Anthony?
Which was that the original version of the Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Hall of Famer Edge facing Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, and AJ Styles in a 6-person mixed tag.
Another boring match.
Now, look, I fell asleep for this match, I'll be honest.
I actually started dozing off, yeah.
Did you? I didn't quite go that far because there was a couple of things that kept me awake. Our very own Rhea Ripley in the short shorts now. I tell you what, there's a bit of junk in that trunk, but my word, it's
she's a big lady. She's a big lady. She's tall. She's a large woman.
Yeah,
she's
like
not
tall.
Yeah. I'm not having to go to size, but she's
no. Great physique for a wrestler. If I had her shoulders, I'd be stunned.
Yeah, she looks like she must have been a swimmer at some point. The size of those shoulders.
Possibly. I thought she looked great. Liv Morgan's looking better every time I see her.
Yeah, and I think she's good that they're using her.
Yeah, I do too. I like her, and I think
she's small and she's blonde, but she's like a little pocket of dynamite. She wants to wrestle, and she puts everything she can get into. Whatever she can do, she does. And she puts in 100% effort, and you got to like someone like that.
Oh my word! I mean, that little pocket of dynamite could go off on me anytime. But anyway, but putting her with Balor and AJ, good move, I think, for her confidence. And the fact, you got two bloody good guys that are going to guide and help a fair bit. And obviously, she would work and train a bit with Ripley.
Yeah.
I think it had the makings of a very, very good match. I think there were things they probably could have done. Ripley's big enough to have sort of taken on Balor or AJ a little bit. Yeah,
she's probably bigger than Bella.
Yeah, well, she could sort of be a wee bit like a China type. Yeah, she's not China, but you know what I mean? She could sort of do a little bit there and, as a heel, slap them around a bit or do something or whatever. There was none of that at all. There was no intergender type contact. I thought Edge looked about 100 last night. He looked really. The body's good, but geez, I know you say he looked old in the face. It's a silly way of saying because, of course, where else are you going to look old?
Yeah.
But he looked about 80 last night. He just looked like an old man.
I've never been an Edge fan. I think I've said that before on this podcast before. I can't get into him in any era, from the Gangrel era, all the way through the Rated R Superstar. All the way through to current. I've never got into the guy.
I don't mind him.
Oh, I
was watching the match and I thought, geez, you look old.
No.
Really old. He looked weather beaten.
He lies there and he procrastinates in a match and he sells on the ground and he's so slow. It's like watching Malicious. They're the way it's always been like that. I've never understood what anyone saw in him. The only thing that he does well, right, is that explosive move every now and then.
Yeah.
Right. And I think he's thought, well, if I go slow enough when I'm walking around and that, moving around and lying on the ground and everything, when I do my spear or my explosive move, it'll get me over. No, it just makes the match drag on even longer. If anyone else other than Edge had been in that match, I believe. If you got rid of Edge and you said you put in name off the top of your head,
well, it's funny you say that because
that match would have been good.
Well, it's funny you say that because I haven't watched Raw yet. I've recorded it, but I haven't watched it. But I'm led to believe off Facebook that they brought Finn Balor into the Judgment thing today, and then the Judgment Day have now turned on Edge, and Edge is now a face.
I still don't get that. Anthony was telling me that.
They're probably going to replace Cody. I mean, they got no real big faces. Although I don't know that he's the man for it either. But so they bring in Finn Balor, who actually took the spear and lost the match last night in the pay-per-view. The next night they bring him into the Judgment Day, and then they turn on Edge.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, well, I haven't watched Raw yet, but that's what I've seen on a bit of social media today, so I need to watch it after this podcast.
And once again, you are
I
probably
don't
best
know what
that
they're
Edge leaves and just goes off, and we don't see.
I don't know what they're going to do with him.
No,
He's obviously going to be a face now. So does he now team with AJ against the Judgment Day?
Would you team with him if you were AJ? I mean, if you were working the
AJ.
storyline, this is a ridiculous storyline. You wouldn't have booked it this way. You would have brought Balor in with the four of them, and then had some form of power play over the next freaking 3 or 4 months until they got rid of him.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, maybe they saw what you did last night and think, look, maybe we're going to get him out because he's not really going to put this Judgment Day click over.
I think Balor's a better choice. Much better.
Well, he's a better heel.
And also, too, with his history with the... and actually, they said that in the podcast. These guys were members of another club together.
Balor and
AJ.
Yeah, over...
They didn't say where. They didn't say... They didn't say where. They said these guys have been in another club together.
Yeah,
they led the reference to it. They didn't say that, whether it was Japan, but they led the reference to it to the Bullet Club. So
yes.
Yeah. So, but Balor is much better in that team, the Demon. And like I said, I've never been a fan of Edge, so I can't really say anything positive about him. 5 out of 10. I've got nothing more to say about this match other than the future looks great for Ripley and for Priest. They look like stars. They really do.
Liv Morgan will continue.
Liv Morgan, she's going to get good. Right, AJ Styles is definitely going to be that mentor and that for those guys. And Balor's going to be great in that group. And let's hope that Edge, we don't see him again.
Yeah, well, I gave it 5.5. What did you do, young Anthony?
I gave it a 5.
Okay, again, we're all fairly close tonight for the first time.